Chapter 15: A Sensation. As soon as Kang Chon left, the atmosphere in the appraisal room changed and became somewhat gloomy. A cold light flashed in that old man's eyes as he looked towards Jin Sanshao and said, "Sanshao, you see, do you want to?" The old man made a neck-wiping motion. Seeing this, Master Feng Yuan on the side frowned. Jin Sanshao's eyes stared at the words, and he coldly said to the old man, "Shut up. It's no wonder you stayed in this small place and haven't grown at all after so many years. Do you know what these 5 foundation establishment pills represent? Don't drag our Jin family down if you want to find death yourself." The old man did not expect Jin Sanshao to react so strongly, and immediately pulled his head together, his face full of embarrassment. Master Feng Yuan glanced at the old man and said in a deep voice, "Only an alchemy master can make a foundation establishment pill of this color. Do you know what an alchemy master is? The cultivation level of an alchemy master is at least Yuanian stage or above. They have a high status even in those big sects. Not to mention the Jin family, even the royal family of the Great Tang Kingdom wouldn't dare to offend an alchemy master." The old man's face turned blue with fear as he heard this. He didn't think that the background behind Kang Chon was so big. At this time, a black-clothed guard walked in and whispered something into Jin Sanshao's ear before leaving. A hint of surprise appeared in Jin Sanshao's eyes as he smiled and said, "This brother Kang Chon is actually the grandson of Wang family patriarch Wang Tixiong. It is said that he was a genius when he was young, cultivating from the first level of the Qi cultivation stage to the 9th level of the Qi cultivation stage in 1 year, only that he later failed to build up his foundation 9 times, and was called a waste by a group of the Wang family's children." The wind-edge master on the side sniffed and mocked. "This kind of small family, where knows what? But all geniuses cultivate bottles tightly to outperform others. In the cultivation world, this type of genius is plentiful. Only this kind of small family do not know, mistakenly think it is a waste." Apparently, that alchemy master passed by here and found out about Prince Kang Chon's talent, so he took him on as a disciple. Can the master tell brother Kang Chon's cultivation level? Jin Sanshao was curious. The top of the 3rd level of the foundation establishment stage, his cultivation is very solid. I'm afraid it won't be long before he breaks through to the 4th level of the foundation establishment stage. What's more, I felt a powerful blood qi fluctuation from him, which means that his physique is very terrifying. And it's no wonder that he hasn't succeeded in building his foundation for so many years. Master Feng Yuan said. Jin Sanshao was instantly shocked. It is said that brother Kang Chon failed to build his foundation only a short while ago, and his cultivation dropped to the 1st level of the Qi practicing stage. I didn't expect to cultivate to the 3rd level of the foundation establishment stage so quickly. That's not surprising. With a master alchemist as his master, his cultivation speed in the future will be far superior to others. Master Wind Edge said with a face full of envy. So it seems that it won't be long before a scaly dragon appears in this tiny heavy iron city. Jin Sanshao sighed. He then said, as a trace of gloating flashed across his face, "I've heard that the Wang family has a rule that if a child of the Wang family is not able to build a foundation before the bar mitzvah, they will be expelled from the Wang family. As far as I know, there's still more than a month to go before brother Kang Chon's bar mitzvah, and those people in the Wang family do know that he's already succeeded in building his foundation, so there will be a good show to watch at that time." 3rd young master, Master Wind Edge. What if this little brother, Kang Chon, was just lucky and had a strange encounter, and inadvertently obtained these 5 foundation establishment pills? The old man on the side suddenly interjected. Jin Sanshao shook his head and lost his smile at the words and looked towards Master Feng Yuan at the side. Grandmaster Feng Yuan picked up the list of materials left behind by Kang Chon. A brilliant light flashed in his eyes as he said, "I once read an elixir recipe, and the materials required to refine it are exactly the ones on top of this list. not even remotely close to each other. That pill is called Return to Origin pill. It is the best pill that a foundation establishment stage cultivator can take. What do you think he wants these materials for? Refining the Return to Origin pill, the old man couldn't help but take off his mouth. After saying that he understood that it was impossible for Kangchon to refine pills by himself, which meant that there was indeed a master alchemist behind him. This Return to Origin pill, an elixir unique to the Heavenly Tao sect. All the Return to Origin pills in our Jinji auction house are also imported from the Heavenly Tao sect. It seems that the alchemy master behind this Kangchon brother is a senior of the Heavenly Tao sect. I will also worship the Heavenly Tao sect in the future. Maybe I can become a mentor and brother with him, Jin San Xiao said. Since third young master is prepared to befriend young master Kangchon, why don't you give him that demonic beast essence blood? The old man asked with some doubt. Adding flowers to the brocade is ultimately not as good as sending charcoal in the snow. Many of those clans in Heavy Iron City at this auction are coming for this bottle of demonic beast essence blood when the time comes. If he can't auction this bottle of demonic beast essence blood, and I help him out at the critical moment, do you think he'll be grateful to me? Jin San Xiao laughed sinisterly. The old man sniffed indistinctly, his face full of admiration. It's still San Xiao who is wise. He sighed in his heart. All said that the Jin family's third youngest was a monster. At such a young age, he was so resourceful. In the future, he would still be able to make it. All right, in the future, if Brother Kangchon comes here, be sure to inform me. I will personally receive him. As for the matter of this foundation building down, you go and arrange for publicity for this small city of Heavy Iron City. I think this foundation building down will create a sensation, and it may not be possible to sell it for a high price. Jin San Xiao finished speaking and left together with Master Feng Yuan. Jinji Auction House was very popular in Heavy Iron City, and after the old man's publicity, but in half a day's time, everyone in the entire Heavy Iron City knew that this auction had a new finale item, the Foundation Establishment Pill. Perhaps in the eyes of many people, the foundation building pill was only useful to those below the foundation building stage, and would be of no use to those who had already built their foundations. However, some cultivation clans did not see it that way, knowing that a foundation establishment pill saved the cultivators time in practicing qi, allowing them to instantly establish their foundation, the preciousness of which only a few people could understand. According to the habits of those cultivation families in Heavy Iron City, their children would start learning to practice qi when they were 7 years old, and even if their qualifications were not good enough, they would be able to successfully build a foundation before the bar mitzvah, and by the time they were 50 or 60 years old, they would be able to reach the 7th, 8th, or 9th level of the foundation establishment stage, and would become one of the masters in Heavy Iron City. But if they had the foundation establishment pill, then they would be able to establish the foundation when they were 7 or 8 years old, cultivate to the 7th, 8th or 9th level of the foundation establishment stage when they were in their 20s, and by the time they were in their 40s or 50s, they would definitely have the hope to impact the Jiden stage. To put it simply, this foundation establishment Dan was giving those people increased hope of impacting the Jiden stage. Do you think it was really not precious? Therefore, as soon as the news was released at the Jinji auction house, the entire Heavy Iron City was sensationalist. Those who didn't know that the foundation building dam was precious were purely watching the fun. After all, they had never seen this kind of extremely high quality elixir in their entire lives. While those cultivation families were rubbing their fists and palms one by one, and they were determined to get the foundation building down. At this moment, Kangchon had no idea that there was already a storm outside, because of the foundation establishment pill that he had consigned for auction, and he had continued his cultivation after returning from the auction house. The bar mitzvah was just around the corner, and in the face of this important day for him, he didn't want to let go of a bit of time.